to Ed, Sharp, and Lakina for hosting us. This is a very good space. We're really happy. And thank you all for coming to. This is Homeschool's third, so this is Homeschool's first reading, the third in our reading series. We try to do readings that showcase makers as we put it so gracefully. Makers who were in a slippage between art and poetry, and I think we kind of have some Northern All-Stars and elsewhere All-Stars who are doing that.
So you were All-Stars?
Yeah.
Times.
So I'm so happy I came here and I'm going to make notes. Not only from the heat, but just so, should pull up the bios of everybody, so I can talk about them. So first, we're going to have Lou Yin, then Jamie Fruit, and Jasmine Ende, Ian Dinnish, and Chloe. Read for us, and we start out with a video by Lou. And so thanks to Lou for helping us maintain the spirit of spirituality in this space. Thanks, of course, to Yan for all of their help. Lou Yin creates performance work with sound, language, and movement. This process leads to metaphors and ideas, performance actions, sometimes with objects. Support for their work has come through the Portland Institute for Contemporary Art, Creative Exchange Lab, Performance Works Northwest, and Peter Performance Space. She is part of physical education, an ongoing performance/critical engagement /support group with Takahiro Yamamoto, Ali Hankins, and Kian Gaskin. Lou has presented her work in Mexico, Minneapolis, Austin, Seattle, New York, and Portland, and here at 5480 Southeast Milwaukee right now. So they sent us a movie of their poetry, and we have a bunch of yeses.
Thank you.
Okay, here's the
So I like this, and hey, Lou, thanks for having me. Sorry I'm not there, but I am, because I'm right here. I can share with you some poems I've been working on over the past few months. My poems are more like this, and my voice can get rather monotonous and soothing, so I'm going to do my best to keep you pleasantly hypnotized. Okay. First one. No times. Throwing it into the body. Throwing it into the body. It was all but a ghost. a pink interference, the absoluteness of surprise, inherited tower of erotic pain, the light switch, the space inside. The tower is the size of a fingernail, a nail on a wall inside a castle with a tower. Its grave is wide, a whale unsurvivable, warmly in an ashtray, buttoned up to the base of the mandibular. Outside, a flying vessel creates a near silent movie. The cobblestones of the most boring town in Spain come to mind. Low ceiling, drawing animal, abusive boyfriend, the feeling of near death felt good. Propeller burglings, distorted body spin, internalized ejaculatory response towards excitement and love. The city is glowing, the clouds are below, heartbreak is below. Whoosh. Rounded cans, star-shaped, dusted finger bangs marine the air, thick and painful, uncircumcised, inhumane, yelling through Facebook Messenger, fix your face, fix your broken toenail, strap your appendages to the ceiling and hang out. Early dick, lightly turning up the stairs out of the stream, quicker prayer, silence also moves, piss it out of your cock. Pull it out of the cereal box, cream of wheat, cream of some young guy, blink one eye open. Make this important moment important. Make out the wall that's a blank pad, far out. Lift the rib of your gut line, go back away from the reach, handle needle on the record player. As a wild love. Okay, I'm gonna read one more. Throwing it into the body. Throwing it into the body. It was all but a ghost. The pink interference. The absoluteness of surprise. Inherited tower of erotic pain. The light switch. The space inside. The tower is the size of a fingernail. There is no point here, and there is no man. There is a girl and a boy sometimes. There is a light of different shades to reach your hands inside of it. There is a chrysalis. The chrysalis, it is not beautiful because it is not of this earth. It passes through. It is light. It is a ghost. It has pockets. There are radio waves, shattered bits of blue, the rock, shattered bits of literal, glistening like wet ants. Thank you.
Okay, so we're gonna unset this so we can, thank you. Next up is Jamie. Jamie Bird is a Mexican trans woman from the South Texas border. She currently lives in Portland, Oregon, and blogs at DesineTrueBlogger.tumblr.com. Co-editor of the anthology of fiction by Trans Women of Color 2016. Her first novel is Otros Valores, Valles, 2014. Her books are available to trans women at no cost.
So, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna read from these two, just like poetry things I've been working on for the past year. One of them is my own book of poetry, and the other is these translations that I've been doing of a little trans woman poet, who was born in 1939 and passed away in 2004. And I'll have a little more to say about her. But I'll just start out with a few of my things. Not to worry. Struck by the notion of personhood, wanting to be a worthy citizen, I tell myself not to worry, because even without hips, I am something, and even without breasts, I am something, and even without a glamorous bone structure, I am something. So long as I am told I am something. If I was not here, I would not be something. Who else would tolerate my delusions? Not my family, not my old friends, not the church I went to grudgingly as a child, not the relatives I can never return to in this. Not to worry, the doctor's sorry. Not to worry, becoming a person is just a matter of garments and hormones and a long list of surgeries, things I can't afford. But I can eat less, and I can want less, and give away more of myself until I become perfectly soft and pretty. I can change, I can still change. Okay, this next one's called Fucking Trans Women. Being accepted, being essential. I love being accepted. Love a compliment that hurts me. Love an embrace that leaves me afraid for days. But I should take what I can get. But I should die from so much acceptance. Be reasonable, says every cis straight person I've heard of. What does it mean, a loved one, a family, a community, or a friend? I have a vocabulary, and every word I form is revolting to me. Such lovely acceptance. Such a perfect acceptance, like a hard brown candy I can drool after and finally choke on after 1 second of joy. This next one's also called Fucking Trans Women. Like this, with your fingers in my mouth, with you in the grip of my lips and my tongue, I am no stranger. I'm nothing strange anymore. As soon as we hold hands, I have a city and a bed and a cold kitchen floor to share with. Now this welcoming, now these pleasures of us together form into a single joy. Don't ask me if the welcoming is a stronger joy. Don't ask me if I am here because I cannot bear to be a stranger to everyone anymore. Invite me. I'll live with you always, fucking and not fucking. Okay, and the next poems I'm going to read are these translations of of the Venezuelan poet Esther Farah. She was really fascinating to me because this is a poet that I've never heard of before, and I think has been very overlooked. In Venezuela, she was relatively well known. She had a successful career. She published some books that have been anthologized. Her short fiction has been anthologized from before she came out as a trans woman. And after she transitioned and went back to live in Venezuela in the 70s, it was a scandal, right? Like all of Venezuelan society was talking about her. She got thrown out of the job she had, and she struggled a lot. But eventually, she started writing again and publishing again. And in 1995, she published a book called Este Solo Secreto, This Secret Ground or Secret Land, and that's from the organization. And keep in mind, there are very few works at all existing from Latin American trans women writers from any time period. So to have this book from 1995, I think it's a really special thing. These were titled, the book that they're from has like 180 poems. None of them are titled, they're just a series. So I think that the first line in Spanish has a title. Siempre te preguntas. You always ask yourself what exists beyond the nightmares. I believe in God. I subject myself to the strong downpour. Lift the cover over my loved ones. Lower my back over the silence. I put in the film that separates the sea from the storm, which you are, rather than break the habit. Estas opiniones sobre tu vida. These rumors about your life burn your lips. They drag along in silence, the rancid bread of your thoughts. Don't stop at the threshold of that trap, which billows dust and ashes over your head. The nostalgia, the forests intertwine themselves on your legs while you pursue the feverish chimera. Nada te pertenece. Nothing belongs to you. Only cold showers and skies without daybreak. The tyrannical silence you never wanted to comprehend, and the yoke of the oxen that pull along your heavy district of your desires. But snow causes pain when it falls over your heart. One last one. Tu casa no se halla en el mar. Your home is not found on the sea. Moreover, here in autumn, a tear will expel you from the earth. Some window will remain to watch the dying of the snow, but in the desert, there's only a mouth that cries out.
Jamie, thank you so much. Amazing. It's Jasmine. Jasmine is a media and performance artist based out of South Central Los Angeles.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Yende. Jasmine, and my last name is pronounced Yende. Yen like the currency and the day like happy day, it's the dinner. So I'm going to be reading, performing a poem that I have some lines and some words that I've written with these with the zine that you can purchase over here, and some of my notebooks that I have, and also this reader that my friend Candace Williams made. And so I'm going to be taking different lines from it, from all of these texts to create a poem in space. So, this poem is called Everything Happens. Rules are made to surveil. Rules can be our greatest gifts. Rules can be warning signs. Warning, warning, avoid, warning, warning, avoid you, warning. Sometimes when you're thrown in the midst of a figurative darkness, the only thing to call out is domestic, 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 domestic because you live there. Domestic because the darkness, the figurative mist, being the midst of the figurative darkness is essential to your metaphor. It's like the beat that keeps you going, like the estrangement that keeps you going, like that game of hide and seek, of truth and hiding to be found. Desire. Desire makes with reproduction, with motherhood, with pleasure, with nothing being sexual, with your body not being sexual, with you being a human, a mind mirrored, a mirrored, motherless, fatherless child. There's a lot of damage that happens south. South, activity, damage, like gangs, like the ones that are moved, like the ones that got their guns from cops, like the ones, like there are gangs, like, the ones that have MFAs, the ones that live like, there are gangs the way things are fit, where you fit in, where you're fitted, what you need to be, what you need to be now, there, from. Space can be very experienced. Space can be given by the ability to move. Space is about distance, it's about being aware. It's about arrangements and repulsions and toward and away and character. It's about character and logic and distance. I'm avoiding you. I'm avoiding you, damn it. I'm avoiding you like the way I avoid gangs and gang bangers and bang, 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 bang. Stay alert. Remind you to stay alert. Remind you to stay small. To stay small as you become medium, to become large, to become extra large. Attention. That's all it means is attention. Who will die first? Attention. You are what happens when you're in front of a camera, in front of the way that people, are shot, the way the cameras shoot people, the way that women wear sunglasses in front of the camera, the way that you wear a smile in front of the camera, the way that you have to stop your eyes when you listen, and you hold the flashes on so you can see your skin, that way. The way your hands hold hope, the way you cope with that hope, the way you cope is too much pride. The way that you went from 310 to 503 to 406 to 509 to 560 to 310 again. The last time you felt numb. The last time you felt amazing in chaos. The last time you didn't think about what you lost. The last time you felt young and happy to be done. The last time you felt authentic. You felt like you can play forever. You felt like you can just LOL. The last time you felt like your body was a property. The last time you tried to ask for your body not to be property, not to be capital, so that maybe they wouldn't move you. Maybe that was when I was 14. Maybe that's when our houses were foreclosed. Maybe that's when I realized we were property to be moved. Maybe that's when all the young Black girls whose parents are bad for money because, we used to be like, like someone else's property, so like, having money in our pockets was like, I don't know, whatever way that you fill your space, whatever way you fill your space, whatever way you fill your body, whatever way you fill your mind, whatever way you fill your time. The time past that. The time past, the time past, the time past that blue book door, bottom at the source, the time before getting around on my own. The time before asking no one how to ask, asking to know how to ask, before pumpkins and ears and headphones, before silence. Before your bedroom became not your bedroom anymore. You can't count the dirt in your fingernails. You can't count the way that you feel inside of me. You can't count the germs or the sweat or your arms or the sun, and you can't count the rhythm. You just have to live through it. You live through a lot of rough times, digging up awful lines in the ground, feeling yourself in your hand, feeling your heartbeat in your hand, as you pray to a country that will always remind you that you are replaceable. The space it takes to breathe in my lungs, the space it takes for me to live comfortably in my own lungs, and to let go of that grief, and to let go of that ritual, and to feel as much of myself without other substances. One time I asked myself to feel okay. One time I asked myself to feel okay with not feeling okay. You were wearing a striped shirt and an uneasy grin. Your heart beat heavy. Your heart beat heavy.
I imagine you talking to your mother. I imagine you talking back to your mother in your dreams. I imagine you always talking. I remember you took Vermont all the way down to Vermont and Sunset Station, and then Vermont to Exposition, and then Exposition to Vermont to Culver City, and then you took the Expo line, and then you got back to Culver City, and then you had to get back to South Central somehow. You didn't know why. You waited so long for it to be so dark, and you had to find your way home, and no one else was helping you. That's when you realize that maybe there's no such thing as a good white person. Because maybe you're begging for the sun in the mid-Missouri winter. Maybe you're waiting desperately to get out of town. Maybe you have everything you have in your bag and you taste blood in your mouth, and maybe that blood isn't yours. You know, love works at a gear symbol. You know, work, body, work, gear, get it, gear, 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 get it, gear, you know, what you're talking, you know, gear, you know, like what your like brother's father, you know, gear, like, you know, work, you know, like gauge work, you know, production, you know, capitalism, you know, symbols, you know, symbols. You have to find value in your body, find value in your brother's body, even if it just came out of a jail cell, and you still have to find value in that. You know, find value, you know, work, you know, production, gear, symbol. America is a chair that falls backwards over and over. And you fall backwards into a putrid smell because there's this rotting thing waiting for you at the bottom. And it moves people like you. They move you closer and closer and closer to that putrid smell. They move you there. They take you away. Sometimes when I think about epidemics, sometimes I think about genocides. I know there's a genocide against Black people. I know there's one against brown people too. I know they want to destroy me, my sense of self. They want to destroy my happiness. They want to destroy my joy. But you know, sometimes bathing in public, or just breathing in public, or just thinking in public, or just being in public is all you can do. You know, there's something called state-run intimacy. There's something called Portland. There's something called the rhetoric and structure. There's something called identity. There's something called claiming and storing knowledge, and pushing it toward the future smell. You're studying rhetoric, and that's all about the way that space can be dynamic, space can be dyadic, space can provide a conversation, an opportunity, an engagement. I wonder how Portland engages with my body. I guess it engages with it with movement, always moving. Houseless person moving, houseless visual mind and eye. I'm oriented to nothing. It's memorial, my body, you know, the mind's eye, you looking at my body, you looking at the memorial. You know, take the higher ground. It's an information age. You can do anything. Information sorting, collecting, distributing. Yeah, that's what they're doing, they're distributing information. You know, like MIT, like PNC, like Yale, like USC, you know, they're all distributing information. Production. I need to make a Facebook page. I need to make something so people can find me easier, so they can find my work, to find my knowledge, to find my memory. You know, there was this loan that was given out to parents like mine. Loan given out to parents like mine to make sure that their house was gone by the time I got to a certain age. So I had nothing to give, so I had no property to be given to. They want it that way. They want it that way. They don't want you to have any way to stay here. They want you to keep moving. You know, there's a certain flavor to the sea. I bet it tastes like my crew. I bet it tastes like the pressure to believe in a greater cause. The pressure to believe in a combustible engine, to believe that air is not heavy, to believe that carbon does not release exhaust. Lime is sparkling, kingdom naturally flavored, carry only a hint. Thank you.
Thank you for next we have Damian Dinesh, who is a Portland-based transdisciplinary warrior. Born to the clan Todichi. How do you know?
Oh, yeah, that's just it, top on hand, the Twitter chamber.
The good water is Today, Urgent received his BFA in Intermediate Arts from Pacific Northwest College of Art in 2015, where he received a thesis writing award for his paper, Tribal Memory, Post-Apocalyptic Landscape Representation in Indigenous Survivals, and the Intermediate Department Award for his curatorial/research-based thesis exhibition, Burying My Art at Luna Deep, Latinx in the Art School Industrial Complex. He's the founder and director of artist/activist/warrior collective Rise, Radical Indigenous Survivance and Empowerment, which is dedicated to the education and perseverance of Indigenous art.
Yeah. Thank you, Victoria, and I feel kind of bad when she was like, hitting me up for like roots, and it's like, maybe, or I just like an actor, I would like, what did I write one time? I was like, oh, rats, my apologies, and then nothing. So like I saw her a week later, and I was like, oh, I'll do that. Anyway, yeah, thank you for doing it. I work on this proposal right now for this show that is about like, that's exploring like Indigenous sovereignty, genocide, ceremonial like HIV/AIDS, or the HIV/AIDS epidemic, like trying to frame that underneath like trying to frame the body as like a source of like healing, a source of like power, survival, while also being like its own agent against itself, like once it encounters disease. And this is just a brief little like quite a bit about it. The body is a political protest, a direct action against authority, in a fight forward, a body leaning toward the will to live. Engaged in warfare against itself and itself is a distorted reflection of a society failing to thwart itself from extinction. The body itself is a virus that colonizes the landscape, itself a colony of bacteria, unseen, unsilent, undone, unresolved, is in itself resistant to death politics. A body needing internal to heal itself, red-stained genocide deemed deficient and suppressive, and there are places in the body where light will never penetrate. Where blackness and redness persist and accumulate desire is agent containers part of theory reverse. Unseen and unsilent in a united voice, in a united fire, in a political protest, in a body that will rest. In a body that will not rest until the ceremony is continuous and harmony blessed. And then I wrote this poem recently that's sort of a take on Gertrude Stein's A Rose is a Rose is a Rose is a Rose. Not really that name. A rose is your rose is my rose. Is a rose is a body risen from the smell of a newborn body. A rose from the body of the continent, virgin, blistering with lava and boils and red hot soil, and a rose from my rose. Your trail of petals from a rose that leads conquistadors off the steep cliffs, that hypnotizes damn European sailors into plowing their ships into icebergs, and mesmerizes 40 bloodthirsty, greedy Christians away from their place of worship, and puts their hands to good use by helping children to tend the soil and heal the sick, and bless sacred queer bodies, sacred colonized bodies that are risen from the ash of American flags and filled with technicolor roses, that are roses and roses and rows of roses that arose from a war-torn land, is a war-torn body, is a war-torn imaginary, is a war-torn madness that surrenders to you, my rose. Is a rose, was a smell you leaned into for patience and serenity, and a body free from disease or toxicity or the stress of capitalism, and that pesky democracy in sheep's clothing. These are all kind of like works in like I'm currently just working on that. More brown bodies vilified and deconstructed to the point of dehumanization, reconstructed to fantasize the desirability of white skin and white thought and white religion and white politicians who turn massacre and heteropatriarchy into a political tool to further their agenda aimed at violence, erasure, and security. When the white mouth speaks, it is holding a gun passed on from generation to generation. It is holding a sign written in English. It is a reminder of bad news and colonial violence. It is a manipulator and an instigator. It is an explorer and a rapist. It is a king and a queen. It is a conquistador and a map maker. It is a police force. It is an appropriated and therefore perverted constitution. It is a celebrity. It has 71 million followers. Once white culture dismantles or colonizing stasis, maybe they can produce meaningful culture again. But it's not my job to help them absolve themselves from this historical narrative. However, it is my job to call them out. That is an ethical responsibility we all have, and they have an ethical responsibility to take it and dismantle their own oppressive and vicious privileges. And then I want to end on this one poem I wrote. It's for my friend Jolene, and like, I'm trying to find it right now, but she like, I worked with her at the library when I was, I guess this was about 10 years ago when I was living in Gallup, New Mexico. And I kind of like didn't really like spend a lot of time with her like after I moved away. Like I just moved away, went to college, and then I went back like probably around like 5 years ago, and I like grew up a little bit, and I found out that she died from cirrhosis of the liver, and so this poem is for her. It's about this whole region, and it's playing off of Hey Joe by Jimi Hendrix. But I don't think I can find it. Shit. Alright, scratch that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll read one. I'll read one that's a little bit lighter. I've been listening to Mars lately. And so I wrote this poem. One. And how do I respond to you? What language do I give distance? To trace its worth like borders on a map, a comfort that is neither absolute nor imaginary, an image that is neither here nor there, nor male nor female. To trace its presence like sunlight moving along the fine texture of the wall. Two, the way a sentence moves, the way a thought moves along the river's edge, along the water's edge, is a steep cliff, is a last name claiming ancestry. The water's edge is not a shore, is not a coastline, or a coastline, or a coast, or a body of water large enough to be the ocean. Three, yet every poem I write assumes a landscape of home, assumes a language and a place, assumes the position of being displaced, assuming that these words create a monad, assuming the frailty of stanzas were used for the framework of buildings, assuming the skyscraper in Manhattan and the throat of a volcano are one and the same. Or, to live in the lighthouse of the light-tide house of night falls, cloaking a light wave, grazing the skin like a branch of lightsome energy, skin tight against nightmarish, drowning light sources of living life. And that's it. Thank you.
Excited then for this special night. Now we have Billy Alexander Thompson, who's a Canadian artist and curator living in Portland, Oregon. Her artistic practice involves unearthing alternative realities through misrepresented mediums and publication work. Thompson's curatorial practice is focused around commissioning new work by domestic and international emerging artists in the form of site-specific installations and projects which straddle existing genres. In addition, she organizes performances, music, and dialogue, which have manifested in/as erotic project spaces above-ground venues and galleries.
The first thing I'm going to read is so actually the description of two pieces that we dismantled and taken back from our show. Always bad at titling and just kind of work, so I can recommend it instead. But yeah, thanks for having me. Indulgence announcing, say carry complex conducting correctly including ecstatic motions. Indulgence conviction, particular insatiable boisterous expressions. As always, polite movements are warmth for the spirit in our hearts. Arrival was counted and entered in a drawing text. We naturally connect around the appointed, oh no, a hope of the body. Further discourse about the furniture will have to happen elsewhere. All resolutions stayed motionless, it was renovated quickly, or directed out. Servility to this narrative supplied noise and noise around it, through the 50 times doors. Property was not supplied, many things were open. If believing sweetness becomes an alteration to the common, or otherwise blinding, delightfully expected, or what will always be there when we go home. Lasting demands an expression of charm. Don't ask about the manner how this will go today. Do be agreeable to conveying assurance. Simplicity is in its nature. Preferred reviewing roast and listening. Facts are fun-sized arrangements, too to determine. Years are used to place decay, or so I'm told. A blind outburst, perfectly timed on furniture, which is honored and led 20 guests through questions of efficient cues to capture it. The appetite driven endeavor. Respected, likewise graceful love. Future expressed fortune or demands. It would be wrong not to be asked not to enjoy it though. Might settle on charm. This could benefit from its instrumental inclusion. Share what the walls occurred here, or what the windows advised. It was cultivated through collecting. Sterile tile men stand in tears of joy while future expressed fortune demands, indulgence announcing, St. Harriet complex conducting correctly, including ecstatic motions. Transparency is something to aim for. Louis responded to liquidity. I am happy to acknowledge that the distance between us is completely intentional. And then this is from a publication that came out last year. I wanted to read some other stuff. I didn't really like it. It's a thing that happens sometimes. Yeah. Ambient falsification, sensitive focus, creative distance, dissociation, inexperience was felt. Dejection in an automatic function, living remotely, departed always, observations of time passing or past. Carved out time and world intentions, revisions of events occurred through the spark of right of past beyond understanding. Attention built found purpose of compulsion seemed to express or expel to then staggering.
Lived in a giving way, comfort is found in the familiar causes and conditions. Revisiting shape and form, seeking a history that was never had to be accountable to actions past, the forward propulsion of gained business. Interlude to composition, means of creation, and undoing. Watch the desire grow, you found it heartbreak. Consolidation, are consolidating the absence of different knowing, leaving the breathing evidence charged with what left. Sought out memory and could not rest this form. The visions had a value and consequence gave me for this motion. A purpose set forth, it shaped my being and created a prelude for this feat, delivered deep. An anthology sculpted through misplaced innocence, rupturing understanding through taking on another. The application of such methods, loss of self, of place, becomes senseless as opposed to the cold food rigorous. Means of knowing identified through the implication, create on acting as if from placing it in the. This is known by the watchful and guarded concepts of normalcy, head down, nose to the grindstone type of process, relating to something that may come. Present a clean appearance, well curated, reflecting uniformity, forgotten routines, the investigation of humanity. The thought held close and shared space, sounded resonance, user marked by intent, measured. The longing, visceral for one day, yawning to see through past and forward. Expansion, repositioning, the pulse of the city or retirement community and fear of the people. Connected cases through skewed perceptions of imagery. Carnal disconnect, questions nostalgia and the means to create it. Lack of assurance creates a desperate sort of genius, developing isolation, consultant others, model behavior, rented for intro. The husky voice describes much more than habit, carnal disconnect and repetition, chosen for summary and actions taken. Again, the search from hands of that which was uninvolved, beyond the scope of home form, absent, nothing, disoriented. Contact upon departure, remember the absolute, bound as a part of process, actualization, emotions having gone through. Wrote for years is the name of means of running. Words create distance, you're realizing context. Experience gives way to distortion. Repetition creates separation. I've experienced this in my work, gained distance. I've experienced this as substance, gained distance, stagnation. Although distance extended the essence, proximity was felt. Experience giving way to distortion. Repetition creates separation. I've experienced this in my work, gained distance. I've experienced this as in romance, gained distance. Stagnation, default permanence. Conclusion. Set forth the lighting of vision, shed light on empty inception. Continue 4:30.
Thanks everyone for coming. Thanks to all the speakers. Johnson. Good night.